time to get into the biggest tournament.
Woo!
Uh,
We've been waiting. Let's go.
the biggest tournament of the year and the biggest tournament possibly ever, the FIFA World Cup. We're finally World Cup month. It's World Cup week. It's literally days away.
We're days away.
It's about to kick off the beautiful game, and I just want to get before anything starts, I want to put our predictions out there and just have it out and see how we do, see how close we get. So I know you wanted to do this a little bit different to the pick'em style. So I want you to tell me from Group A to Group H who you have finishing 1 and 2 each of those groups.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off Group A. Senegal winning the group, and Netherlands finishing second.
Okay.
Group B, I got England finishing first, and I got USA finishing second. Group C, I got Argentina finishing first, Poland finishing second. Group D, France finishing first, Denmark finishing second. Group E, Germany finishing first, and Spain finishing second. Group F, Belgium finishing first, and Canada finishing second. Group G, Brazil finishing first, Serbia finishing second, and Group H, Portugal finishing first, and Uruguay finishing second.
Okay, dude, I fucking love the World Cup. So, dude, just talking about this shit makes me giddy that I want to see all these.
I can't wait,
games.
bro. I literally can't wait.
But we had some differences, but you'll hear them now, I guess. Starting off with mine. So in Group A, I got same as well. I got Senegal and I got Qatar.
Wait, what?
And I got Qatar. Yeah, I got Qatar. So Group A, Senegal and Qatar. Group B, give me England and the USA. Group C, give me Argentina y Mexico. Group D, France and Denmark. Group E, I got Germany and Spain. Group F, I got Croatia and then Belgium.
Okay.
Group G, I got Brazil and Cameroon. And Group H, I got Portugal and Uruguay.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Hold on. Qatar?
I got Qatar. Look. I think that the refs are gonna be leaning a lot of a certain way to Qatar.
Remember Russia?
Exactly. There's always weird shit that happens when the home country gets to be in the World Cup.
They had the doping scandal.
The doping scandal, like, dude, I think they're gonna make it out the group because Group A is not a very strong group anyway. I don't think it would be completely crazy that Qatar actually get to the round of 16.
I think the Netherlands are a solid team, but even I didn't pick them to win the group.
I gotta pick some type of upset somewhere because
it's bound to happen.
Because we skipped over the fact that we're both predicting France to break the curse, to finally break the damn curse of the World Cup champion not making it out the group.
We'll speak on France, as a team, after we give our full predictions here, because they're obviously a huge talking point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
I mean,
now
my main thing, I was just blown away about Qatar for a second here. But I understand why you did it, but I think you can make the comparisons between them and Russia, obviously, but I feel like Russia was just a better team.
Russia did have pretty good players.
Denis Cheryshev and stuff like that. That's some quality. I can't honest to God, I can't name a single player on the Qatar national team.
I can't either. I cannot either.
If you play the FIFA World Cup mode, you can't even pack one of them. You don't even know who they are.
I don't think any of them have player faces, but any pictures. I don't think they took any pictures of them. But our Group B was the same. Group C was different. I'm surprised you didn't have Mexico there. So you just think Mexico's pulling up to go home?
Well, Mexico, they're a little bit of a banged up team, and ultimately, we've seen they're not quite the same Mexican team. They have some quality players. Obviously, they got Chucky Lozano. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how they all play. But I would just say they're a little bit too banged up. Tecatito Corona not going to be, playing. That's a huge loss. They just have some things that they're missing. I think Poland, obviously, they got led by
Lewandowski.
They have a solid team. Argentina, for me, they're winning that group quite handily.
Yeah.
But then it's going to be interesting to see between Poland and Mexico who can quite pull it out. I got to give the edge to Poland though.
Yeah, that's understandable, but like I just think the history of Mexico in this competition, they've always been,
Yeah.
perennial. They always get to the round of 16.
And then we
I'm
know
gonna
what
stick with
and then we know what happens in the round of 16 though,
yeah, it's just, yeah, like, but I'm gonna trust with my boys, and I'm gonna have them go through.
Your
Group
boys.
My boys. Group D, we agreed on France and Denmark. Group B, we agreed on. Group
Yeah.
F, you didn't have Croatia coming out
Yeah,
at all, right?
it's one of those things, like you kind of reiterated, you got to kind of have an upset somewhere. And, it's tough, because Croatia, they obviously have quality players. My issues is not necessarily, I think Croatia is a bad team. I just think Canada, they might be a little bit slept on in the grand scheme of things, because I think Canada is a pretty damn
Yeah,
good team,
yeah, definitely.
It's
Because
like,
Canada's coming in this World Cup as like they didn't expect to be in Qatar. They had no idea
no,
they'd be
yeah.
even. Yeah, you told any of these players that like they probably had vacations already planned around this time. They probably had to cancel them and go to Qatar. It's like shit. I didn't think
Yeah,
we were gonna be there.
literally. It's one
And
of those things. They were the best team in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying, better than USA,
yeah,
better than Mexico. There's no reason for me to believe they can't carry on this form into the World Cup and potentially knock off a Croatia in a one-off game and finish second in the group. I could realistically see them beating Belgium. This group is up for grabs for me, because I could see
little bit.
Belgium losing. I could see Croatia, sneaking in there. I could see Canada doing well. It's a little bit up for grabs for me, but I think Belgium, given they have such quality players, even though some of them are kind of washed, Eden Hazard, things of that nature, but they still have enough to get number one in the
Yeah, I
group.
mean they got Kevin De Bruyne and Lukaku, Courtois, and like they still have the
Very
core
good
that
team.
makes them very good. Even I think
Exactly.
to an extent Croatia do. They still have Luka Modric, and
Oh yeah.
it's leaving my brain now. The striker for Juventus now, I think you know his name,
Vlahovic.
Vlahovic. He's doing pretty good, having a pretty solid season, and I think Croatia has a little bit more like foundational players than Canada,
100%.
but
Oh,
can but can
100%. I'm not
but
gonna debate on
Canada,
that.
but
Not gonna deny
Canada,
that.
I think Canada has a little bit more maybe of a connection together that they're playing with house money in a certain
100%.
sense that like
Exactly. And I like that.
yeah. So that's not something I'm super like shocked all you picked that, but then group G I had Brazil. We had Brazil finish first. Who did you have for second? I had
I
Cameroon,
had Serbia.
Serbia. That's kind of like
Bro, and I said this to you when I was originally making my predictions. This after Brazil, any one of any one of
anyone.
those teams could win the group.
Whoever
Or not win the
wants
group,
to,
finish second, I mean.
yeah, finish second.
And
Yeah.
any one of them could. Cameroon, I wouldn't be surprised. Serbia, I wouldn't be surprised. I forgot. Was it
Serbia has
Switzerland?
some pretty good players.
I think
Milinkovic Savic.
was it Switzerland who was the other one in the group? I could see
I
them
think it was
doing it.
Switzerland.
Exactly. I could see Switzerland. They're a solid team. It's a lot of. It's just so even.
Yeah.
It's like Cameroon could
easily
finish second.
Serbia could easily in the final.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going that far. I hope you aren't going that far.
No, but I'm gonna trust the legend in Samuel Eto'o that they're gonna make it out the group. I'm gonna trust the legend.
Hey, I can't blame you for that.
And group H, we agreed on that. I think Portugal. Yeah, Portugal finished first. Which that one is, dude. I think that one might be the most competitive one to who's gonna try and get first.
I think
Uruguay is really good.
No, I was gonna say first. I kind of expected, because of your romance affair with Fede Valverde, that I thought if you were potentially gonna put them first. I wouldn't be surprised if you have them making a run. We'll see that in a second here.
The only thing with them, Fede's playing very, very, very well. Is just I don't trust Darwin Núñez very much to lead this team into to be a strike force like Luis Suarez has been. It's God knows how long.
I think it's gonna be Suarez and
Suarez, Núñez.
It's Suarez and Núñez. I don't know how.
That's terrible.
I can't wait to watch it. I'll say that. I don't know how it's gonna play though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna equivalent to playing good, but
but it's gonna be fun to watch.
We might see some like 1980 style football where there's no rules. Man, it's just like these guys are, But
it's gonna be interesting. I think it's one of them things. Although I necessarily don't quite have 100% faith in Darwin Núñez either, I could also see it going the opposite way. And Darwin Núñez has an amazing World Cup. It could go either way
because they could play to his strength.
and he could just get in a good run of form at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And, we saw him be able to do that for Liverpool, get into, he scored 2 goals.
Yeah, he's starting to
So,
somewhat get it.
so like he's coming into the World Cup confident. I'm
Yeah.
not over here guaranteeing that he's going to be anything too crazy, but he had, like, we know there's a reason Liverpool paid that price tag, and there's a reason, we speak about him in the way that we do, because he has that potential, and we know he's a quality player. It's just, can he put the pieces together? It remains to be seen. It's going to be interesting. But if anyone is going to be able to teach him and get him to do it, it's going to be Luis Suarez.
It's Luis Suarez, yeah. And I'm pretty
It's
sure
just-
Cavani is there as well. I think he's still in the squad. And it's always been around veterans of the game, of that sense. But I still have Portugal finishing above.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, because the Portugal squad,
Dude,
it's a
It's
deep
crazy
squad.
to me how deep that squad is.
And that's
I'm
that's
not-
with some injuries, man. They have no
Yeah.
Jota.
no Jota, but the fact that we're gonna touch on it later of that. I think they're like I don't hear a lot of people talk about Portugal, and I think they're a crazy under the radar dark horse just because a lot of the thing with the Cristiano Ronaldo situation. There again, we'll
Which
get
we're
into
also
later.
getting into.
And I think we should just move into our round of 16. Our thoughts. I'll let you go first on it,
All right.
on how your bracket's going off.
All right, so my bracket starts off here with Senegal playing USA in the round of 16. I'm taking the USA
Take
to get this
Senegal.
dub. I'm taking the USA.
Okay.
And then, the next game that it would be Argentina playing Denmark. I'm taking Argentina in that. My next game after that would be England versus Netherlands. And I'm taking the Netherlands.
Okay.
France versus Poland would be the next game, and I have to give the edge to France on that. I have to take France there. And then Germany would play Canada, and I got to take Germany in that game.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a well-oiled machine. And then this game would be something special here.
This is the one we have the similar one. This would be the game of round of 16.
Brazil versus Uruguay. Oh my, that would be a good game.
Oh,
But I just have to take Brazil in that game at the end of the day. We'll hear yours. But then,
Yeah.
the next game would be Belgium and Spain, and that's going to be another good game. Could make the argument for either way, but I'm going to take Belgium.
Okay.
And then the final game of my round of 16 would be Portugal playing Serbia, and I'm taking Portugal.
Fair. It's fair. Yeah.
So do you want me to finish my whole bracket off, or do you want to do it like round by round?
No. We'll do it round by round.
Okay.
By round. And my game on my bracket starts off with same Senegal USA. I got the US going through that.
Yeah.
Argentina Denmark. Give me Argentina. England versus Qatar. This is the game this is the game we need. England versus Qatar. The clash of the fans. I have to see it.
That would be must see TV.
The England fans that can't take their shirt off. In the stadium. And I have England winning. So that's Qatar. That's as far as you go for me. Man. I gave you a little bit. That's as far as you go. Then I got actually a pretty cool matchup. France versus Mexico. And I got France moving on.
Yeah.
Then and mine that was different. A pretty good marquee, good game. Germany versus Belgium. The battle of the flags of the same color.
Yeah.
And I got Belgium winning that. I'll take Belgium in that. And then the next one that would be, I think no matter what, this is the game of the round. Brazil versus Uruguay. I got Brazil.
Yeah, it's gonna be an amazing game if that does.
It's gonna be a good game. Unfortunate if it comes out to that because Uruguay is a really good team and
they deserve to go farther.
They deserve to go farther, but rubber meets the road. But then I got a pretty good game: Croatia, Spain, and I got Spain getting by. I think they got a lot of young players in that team that are gonna take.
My boy Gavi.
God, my fucking Gavi. More Pedri. I'll take Pedri over Gavi. But Then the next round I got Portugal versus Cameroon, and I got Portugal going through.
Okay.
On that one.
So
that's what I got.
Wow. Hey, although the matchups might not all be the same, there's a lot of similar teams going forward.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when it starts getting closer to the end, I think we're gonna have similar teams.
Yeah.
Just somewhat different matchups, but
Yeah, exactly.
But
so my quarterfinals, we have this is the same for us. USA and Argentina. Look, I would love to say USA is going further, but this is where it ends, my boys.
This is where it ends.
Argentina goes forward. They win that game quite handily. Germany versus Brazil, the rematch, the game we've been waiting for.
The
Brazil
rematch.
gets their revenge. Brazil moves forward past Germany. And then Netherlands versus France. It'd be an interesting one. Netherlands, you've went far. You're not making it past this one. France takes the
Yeah.
dub on this one. And then my final quarterfinal matchup, Belgium versus Portugal.
Belgium.
I'm
versus
taking Portugal.
It's fair. It's fair. You know, I I can't really. Obviously, ours is gonna be different, but I can't
Yeah.
really disagree with most of the things you said. I kind of fucked up. I lost my quarterfinals thing, so I'm filling it out literally right now so I can get the matchups correctly. So give me like fucking 5 seconds, Jesus. So boom, 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 boom.
G's bottled it.
I've completely fucked it. Wait, what doesn't even make sense? Oh my god. I might literally have to skip my quarterfinals. This is not good. Yeah, I don't know how I've done that. Wait, no, because I go from round of 16 to semifinals. So I think I've completely bottled it. But literally, the people that I have advancing to the semifinals would be Argentina, Brazil playing in the semifinal. And then the other side of the semifinal would be France and Portugal. So,
So it ends up working out the same way.
yeah, like, we still end up having that. So,
So we have completely kind of different matchups in the grand scheme of things, but but both of us have managed to work it down to a
the same four
semifinals.
teams, yeah.
Argentina, Brazil, France, Portugal. Oh baby, the storylines with these
No,
matchups, the
be-
storylines.
because it's literally two rematches. The rematch
Exactly, I
of
was about to say that.
2016 Euro final, and then a rematch of the Copa America that just passed that
This
Brazil lost to.
this
And
is I love the World Cup, man. What matchups these would be, man. This is just unbelievable.
that we could be blessed with. But I think since I bought the last one, I'll try and go first on this one.
Uh-huh.
So for the first semifinal, Argentina versus Brazil,
Oh.
I got Argentina advancing past Brazil once
Ooh.
again. I think Argentina have just this different mentality that they're
100%.
beyond Brazil at this very moment. But we'll touch
We'll
on
get
that
into
more
that.
because we have points of Argentina. But the semifinal, France versus Portugal.
Come on, we know what we want to see, man.
The dream has to die.
Oh,
I got France winning. I got France advancing in that, beating Portugal. Unfortunately,
even with the Christopher Nkunku news that is
yeah.
broke,
Even with the
which I'll
Nkunku
touch
news,
on in a little bit here.
yeah,
I got that noted. So
yeah. Even with the Nkunku news, I think France are just so deep and and that they're gonna be wanting to repeat more than that I think it's gonna carry them to a certain extent past
uh-huh.
a certain amount of teams. And when it comes against Portugal, I think they're gonna get their revenge on them because in that 20, even though it was so long ago, they're gonna have completely different. This is still fresh on a lot of those players' minds, and I think they're gonna get that one back.
Yeah. Yeah. So in my
But
semifinals matchups, Argentina versus Brazil, a rematch
I
of the
kind of
Copa America. I'm taking Argentina. I have Argentina advancing to the finals. I'll get into why I believe so when we've talked
Mhm.
further in depth about Argentina. We're also talking in depth about Brazil. But moving forward to my other semifinal matchup, France, Portugal. For you, the dream dies. For me, the dream
Dream.
lives on. Portugal advance. We get the dream matchup we've been waiting
Oh
our
my
entire
god.
lives for. Argentina versus Portugal final. This is what we want to see. This is what the world wants to see. The world will stop. Time will stop when this matchup happens, if it does actually happen. And I think it's happening. I think it's happening.
It I as badly as my heart wants that final, I just my logic is just like it's too good. It's too good to
It is.
possibly come true.
It is too good to be true. I will
It's
agree
too
with
good
that.
to have a final that would literally be Cristiano Ronaldo versus Lionel Messi.
Oh,
That's almost like, I know for a fact in art, let alone like most other countries, in Argentina and Portugal, those would be called off holidays. Like no one would be doing anything else other than
I think the whole
watching.
world
Yeah,
would do that. Like I said, the whole world would stand still.
yeah, because it's just so many factors that the World Cup final is the biggest
Just
single.
alone,
Just alone is
as
the
it
biggest
is.
game.
But then
You
Argentina,
add
Portugal. Oh my!
you
God.
add the greatest player of all time and the second greatest player of all time. People that are, if Ronaldo got a World Cup over Messi,
Oh my
it's
God!
it's literally like, the I don't even know how it's such a close conversation that it's almost like immute, that they just cancel each other out. But that's what you think's gonna happen. I want it to happen, but I
I
can't.
think
I
everyone
gotta,
wants it to happen.
I gotta err on the side of what I think is more logically gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
So do you want to finish off your bracket? Who?
I'll-
Yeah, let's finish it off.
I'll
Who
finish-
is
yeah,
going to
I'll
win the
finish off.
final, and then obviously the third place as well.
And we can't act like an Argentina France final doesn't have storylines in
Oh
it
no,
itself.
of course it
That
does.
the fact
Mbappe
that
versus Messi.
Mbappe versus Messi, like teacher versus student,
Yeah.
and the fact that the last World Cup, France were the one to come out of because Argentina were leading in that game they played against each other, and Argentina were unlucky to run into the champion, the soon to be
Exactly.
champion, so
They were.
early.
They were.
And I think the rematch. This is probably the thing that Argentina. A lot of these Argentina players probably really want this matchup. They
Yeah.
want to play France again, and I want to see a South American team win. I'm tired of seeing the fucking Europeans win this all the damn time, man. Fuck off. I want to see a South American team, so that's why I have Messi finally doing it and winning his World Cup. I have him finally doing it because
And
they
you
got
have
the team
them-
to do it.
You have them knocking off France and winning the
Knocking
World
off
Cup.
France, and not we mentioned Mbappe versus Messi. We didn't mention Benzema, who is Ballon d'Or winner, but
Took his Ballon d'Or,
took his Ballon d'Or, but
So then, who would you have finishing third? Yeah.
Third place round is Brazil versus Portugal, and I think this is third place. I just think Brazil's going to take it because Portugal's not really going to care for it. It's like
I can agree with that.
It's like
So the world stops on its head. Everyone and their mom, their grandma, their grandpa, everyone is watching this game. Argentina versus Portugal, my predicted final. I have to say, Argentina will win the game. Argentina and Lionel Messi win the World Cup over Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. It would just be the spectacle of all spectacles.
It would be his 1,000th career game that he's ever played.
It'd be unbelievable. It looks as if, we've seen and we continue to see it. This Argentina team seems to be, like it's primed for this moment. Everything has come together at the right time. Di Maria has magically made his fitness. He's back.
He's freaking squeezing all he has left out of it for this one last run, one last ride.
They got a lethal striker in Lautaro Martinez. They got Rodrigo De Paul, who's playing amazingly. They got a proper manager who's led him on this 35-game unbeaten streak. All signs for me point to Argentina being able to pull this out. And it just would be that much better if it's the Argentina-Portugal final that, oh my God, we just all want. We all want it. But then in my third place, my third place would be Brazil versus France. And I have to go ahead and give Brazil the edge there. I think Brazil would take the dub and be third place. But obviously that's not what they're looking for at the end of the day. They're looking to win this tournament. It would be disappointing. And both of these teams, France and Brazil, if they're playing in the third place game, both of them would be considering that a disappointment because they're looking to win this tournament at the end of the day.
Yeah. Jesus, the World Cup. But, what we wanted to do after we we went through that. We wanted to go through our individual awards, and I think obviously a lot of them can be guessed by how we predicted the brackets to go. But I'll let you go first and asking you, who do you think is going to win the Golden Boot? Who's going to have the most goals in this World Cup?
My Golden Boot winner, you're going to love to hear this. I have Karim Benzema winning the Golden Boot. I think he's primed to have a great World Cup. He wants to really prove himself on this stage. We know what Benzema is. He's the Ballon d'Or winner. He's, he was injured, but that's also resting for a sense. He's 100% fit and rested, ready for this moment. France won the 2018 World Cup without him. I think he really wants to take this opportunity and prove himself at the national team and say, I know y'all won the 2018 World Cup, but I'm still here. I'm him. You know what I mean? I'm the guy. And I think I can imagine him having a great World Cup. And I think Mbappe also will have a great World Cup. And it's going to be interesting because he's probably going to take away a couple goals that, Benzema could also have. So they could kind of cancel each other out from winning the Golden Boot. But I think, given how Benzema's been playing at the club level, I think, he'll probably be taking pens as well. All things considered, he's probably going to get that. And it seems as if, given history, 6 goals is the threshold. 5 to 6 goals is the threshold to win Golden Boot at the World Cup. And I think Benzema has a realistic, really good chance at doing that because they're going to pretty much be playing all the way until the third place game, which is the maximum amount of matches you could play. And, I think Benzema, if France are going to go even that far, Benzema is going to have to bag a good amount of goals. So I think he has a great chance of winning it.
Yeah. Do you want to go through your entire awards? Do you want to go pass it off?
I'll pass the question back to you and get your Golden Boot winner. Who do you think is going to win Golden Boot?
This one I had to think about it for a little bit, but then I just thought I almost completely forgot as well that I picked the same guy you did, at Karim Benzema. That I think he's coming at this World Cup with a vengeance, to the fact that he wasn't in the last one. And he definitely felt that he should have been in it. But, 100%. Obviously the controversies with that. What was going on there, a lot different. But now he's back in the squad, coming off a Ballon d'Or. He's been a little banged up for club, but I think he's been being ultra cautious because even now you can't even go to training for your team. Cuckoo's getting injured in training and shit. It's like, dude, this shit's, you gotta be very, very careful because this thing comes by every 4 years. It's not like something that you only get it next year. But I think Benzema will be taking the pens for them as well, and that plays a lot into Golden Boot, who takes pens for each of the countries. And I think Harry Payne, but I think just the poacher Benzema he's just always there. He's camping around the box, and I think he's primed to win this award.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
100%. 100%. And obviously I agree with that. I think it is, going to be his award, but ultimately there's obviously a lot of guys it could be, it's just, you never know. I don't think nobody predicted James Rodriguez to win Golden Boot when he won it. It's the World Cup. It's the beauty of the World Cup. So I don't know what award you wanted to move on to next.
Oh, the next one I got up is who do you got winning the Golden Ball? But I think we kind of know, who's gonna win the best player of the tournament.
It's obvious. Lionel Messi is winning his second Golden Ball. He should have had the World Cup title to go with it in 2014. He just got the Golden Ball. Well, this time he's coming to get both. He will be getting both. Realistically, your Golden Ball winner kind of correlates with who you have winning the World Cup, or getting at least that kind of that far.
Most of the time.
And I think Argentina are primed to have an amazing tournament, and Messi is going to be the guy that's behind that. If Messi doesn't have a great tournament, if Messi doesn't have a great tournament, Argentina, they aren't going to the heights we expect them to go. It's just what it is. So it's pretty self-explanatory. I got to have Lionel Messi winning this award.
Absolutely. And I have Messi as well. And I think there's not really much I can add more to what you said. It's just, he's Messi. He's going to the World Cup. He's going to get the award. And
exactly.
The next one up that I got on my list is who do you think is going to be winning the best young player?
This is obviously going to be an interesting one for me, and I rate this guy so highly. I have Jamal Musiala of Germany winning the best young player award. This guy has been the catalyst behind Bayern Munich this season. He is a phenomenal player, and I just think he's primed to have an amazing World Cup and really cement himself on the world stage. I think Musiala, he is just so good, and he's going to be able to do that for Germany. He's going to play a big role in this team, and I think Musiala is ultimately going to take home this award. But there's obviously a lot of candidates.
There is a lot of. I mean, I looked at a couple lists of like favorites, and I didn't even see his name there. I don't know. I guess you're just pulling that one out of your ass, but I get you can
I
believe what
looked
you want
at
to believe.
I looked at list and I saw him on there, so I don't know. Maybe just looking at different lists. I don't know.
Looking at different lists, but I think that the best young player that's going to be in this tournament is going to be one Vinicius Jr. I think that the fact that he's basically the second go-to on that Brazil team, he's going to be the second best player on that Brazil team, depending on what if Neymar can even stay fit. Hopefully he can.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to see the best players there, but it's like 1A to 1B. I think Vinny is going to be one of the leading teams that if Vinny and Neymar are playing good, this Brazil team is going to go very far. But him being Vinny, and Vinny's had a great season. He's followed up his really good last season with a pretty good a good follow up, and I think it's going to lead into the World Cup. It's his first World Cup, so he's going to wanna show the world on the world stage.
Yeah, I'm look. I know you well, man. I knew you were picking Vinicius Jr. I knew
it was Vinicius or Camavinga. I was leading Tchouaméni. One of those.
I knew you were gonna pick one of the Madrid boys. I knew.
It's only fair.
So the final award, Golden Glove.
The final award, the Golden Glove winner, and this is one I actually didn't know. It was kind of hard to pick. I didn't know who to pick exactly, so I'm just gonna pass it off to you. I had a guy that I ended up eventually picking, but I didn't think it was that like runaway because usually with this award, it's kind of hard to predict. It's really hard to predict.
You're gonna like my answer here. I have the best goalkeeper in the world, Thibaut Courtois, winning the Golden Glove. Once again, I just think if Belgium are going to do anything in this tournament, I don't think they're winning the tournament or anything like that. But if they're going to do anything at all, they're going to have to not concede that many goals per se. And obviously, Thibaut Courtois is going to be the main reason behind that. We know just how good of a goalkeeper he is. He's an amazing shot stopper. I realistically don't think that Belgium is going to put themselves in a position to concede too many goals, although you can't predict random VAR handball pens that they might be given and stuff like that. In the run of play, I don't see Courtois being beaten that much, and, it's a tough award to predict, as you said. So I'm going to lean with the best goalkeeper in the world, and I'm going to go Courtois.
That's fair. That's fair. Where I came from it more that I kind of looked at it as which team was going to go the furthest and which one therefore would have the best goalkeeper. So I don't think even though Argentina have a pretty solid goalkeeper Martinez, I don't think he's gonna have to be called upon that much as like a team that has gone out, because you have to think about that. Where Courtois had a lot of chances to show his class because they were giving up chances. They were giving up a lot of chances for get shots on goal, and I don't think Argentina are going to definitely a lot more defensive and try and protect from getting shots off. But my pick was Alisson Becker from Liverpool. So I think Brazil. I got them finishing third. I think they're going to go pretty far in the tournament, and Brazil can tend to not the greatest team of all time. So I think give him shots, and Allison's gonna, just do enough to have a pretty World Cup, and
Yeah.
get the award.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things.
Yeah,
I could see Allison.
it's not like yeah. It's one of those awards like there is kind of almost no bad answer. It's kind of like unless you're choosing like the Qatar goalkeeper, like you choose any of the top ones. Like you can choose Hugo Lloris. I mean, it's not like a crazy thing. If you predict them to go really far, it's like
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I think it's one of those things. It's one of them. It's the award that's most up for grabs per se. Every award is up for grabs, but
yeah.
that award is like the most unknown. Where it's like, I mean, there's so many quality goalkeepers. It's just going to come down to who is in the best situation and who's doing the best at this particular moment, and also whose defense is doing the best. Because
Yeah.
it's an award that is kind of dependent on other people. Your defense has to be doing its job. And also you have to get lucky and not ultimately, you can save a pen, but you don't want to be giving up that many pens, if any.